us Professor Ashok Kundir from IIT Mumbai for conduct of PhD Pre Submission seminar on development of lean manufacturing model for performance improvement of testing laboratories under the supervision of Dr. Vijayshri and Dr. Ghrce Phd. The PhD scholar is Vijayshri Mahobiya. So with the permission of expert, we can begin with the presentation.
Good afternoon, honorable expert, faculty members, and research scholar. With the permission of honorable expert, today I am here to present my PhD Pre Submission seminar on topic of development of lean manufacturing model for the performance improvements of the testing laboratory under the guidance of Dr. Vijayshri and Dr. Ghrce Phd. Now, the scheme of presentation is start with the introduction, literature review, research design, data collection and analysis, validation of model, design and discussion, conclusion, references, acknowledgement, and list of publication. The objective of my research work is to develop a lean manufacturing model for the performance improvement of the testing laboratory. To achieve this target, firstly we decide our origin of research. In our day-to-day life, most of decision depends on the testing. Suppose which type of water we use, which type of soil, and so many diagnosis related to healthcare is totally depends on the testing laboratory. So the burden of testing laboratories increases. So testing laboratory need a system which increase their efficiency. And same time, I have my MTech work in lean manufacturing in L&T case, and after applying the lean manufacturing in industry, the positive effects are there. The productivity of industry is increases, the inventory is decreases, lead time is decreases. So explore this advantage. I include lean manufacturing in testing laboratory, and I interact with expert and lack of awareness of lean manufacturing and testing laboratory motivate me to choose this topic. Now, according to USA report, annually more than 90,000 or 98,000 people are dying due to medical error. These numbers are increasing with years. Because last year in 2016, there is a value of died people due to medical error is 25,000, more than 25,000. And so healthcare sectors wants to improve their efficiency. To improve for improving their efficiency, they need a system. And lean manufacturing is a suitable system because lean manufacturing eliminate the waste and the source are the same. So the efficiency of the system is increases with less cost. Then here the lean manufacturing is defined. Lean manufacturing is a systematic approach to identify the wastage and eliminate it with the help of continuous improvement method. Here the wastage in the terms of non-value added activities. Then why lean? Because lean gives us a higher output with same resources, increase the efficiency, better quality, timely delivered, and also improve the morale of employees. Then beginning of this research, some question is arise on my mind. Then question are, can lean tool be applicable in testing laboratory? Which tools are important for the testing laboratory? Which waste are important for the testing laboratory? What should be approached? What should be the performance criteria? And what should how we evaluate the performance criteria? Then the answer of these questions give me the purpose of research, the study of performance of the lean and its application in testing laboratory, and develop a model which is applicable for the testing laboratory, for the performance improvement of the testing laboratory, and also find the tools and waste which is related to testing laboratory and elimination Then in more than 200 papers, which is some paper related to lean concept and some paper related to testing laboratories. I categorize my papers into the three category: review paper, survey paper, and implementation papers. And these are the papers. And this is my more relevant 27 papers, which is more relevant to my form. Then these are some important journals and some important authors. And these are the categories of papers. Review papers help us to understand the basics of lean manufacturing. Survey paper help us to understand the present scenario, and implementation paper provide us the implementation and roadmap. And these are some findings which is after literature review are found. Then lean implementation is not reported, waste is not defined. In survey paper, I can say very few study in pathology lab, and implementation paper is there is no model for lean implementation in testing laboratory, and very few. In fact, there is only 4 model which is applicable in interesting. So, with the help of these literature review, I found some gap that the demand of laboratories is very high, and laboratory wants a better system or better technique to increase the productivity, and the less research in testing laboratory in the terms of lean manufacturing, and efficiency of laboratories wants to increase. So the journal gap, we can say the tool implementation is not reported, waste are not reported, there is no any model reported, or no any systematic methods, or no any systematic steps reported for the lean implementation in testing laboratories. So for achieve my objective.
But you say here there are few studies in pathology lab.
Yes, sir.
So they are not covering lean at all. What they are covering?
Few study related to
study of pathology lab. So what
yes.
is it?
Sir, a few study on pathology lab related to lean manufacturing. I have 3 reported, like Mayo medical laboratories.
Actually, there are no study available in testing lab. On the other side, you say there are few studies are there in pathology lab. The pathology lab is also testing.
Yes, sir.
The testing lab, how do you define it?
Yes, sir. Pathology lab is also a testing lab.
So, for this statement, I revisit now. Because making a blanket statement, no such study available, and again say few studies available. So these two are contrary. So we have to find out which one is right.
So there is a 3 papers on
So
testing lab.
immediately you are going to yes.
Now, to achieve this objective, my research design is starting with the exploring the problems, then literature review, then find the gap, then decide the objective, then research methodology. The important factor is to select the tools which is applicable for the testing laboratory. So there is a many multi-criteria decision making techniques. So among these techniques, I choose AHP. Then with the help of AHP, I select the tools and waste which is applicable for the testing laboratory. And for validation in AHP, I go through the collection of opinions of experts, and perform a pilot study. After the pilot study, if value is acceptable, so I go for the final study and collect the data with the help of 6 pathology lab and analyze the data, then establish a model. And after establish a model, then I go for the validation of model. So for the validation of model, I choose 3 labs, 3 testing labs. One is a pathology, water lab, and soil lab. And this is my model, lean model before AHP. This is a start with the lean tools, input as a lean tools, and waste is a very important tool because the elimination of wastage increase the performance criteria, and waste are also a deciding factor because with the help of waste we decide which type of tool is applicable for eliminating. And this is a description because as I defined, lean manufacturing is a systematic approach and it eliminates the non-value added things, and non-value added things are the wastage. So in lean manufacturing, there is a 10 type of wastage, defects, waiting, unnecessary process, overproduction, movements, inventory, transportation, unused employee creativity, complex unevenness, and deprivation. Then for selection of this tool, for the selection of waste, which is more affect the performance of the laboratory, and some selection criteria like frequency used by the authors and expert advice and lab visits. And after visiting the lab, this is the frequency used by the authors and different tools, like defects is used by the 16 authors and mentions and so on these things. And
see the contradiction now. But somewhere you say lean is not used in the lab. Now here you say there are so many of them.
actually, these firstly I shortlisted 27 papers, which is related to healthcare sectors, service sectors.
Your subsequent presentation also shows there are some studies carried out in some way or the other way in the lean, in the labs. So the direct statement you can do. You can just think of talk to your guys before what is the use of like
The meaning of unused employee creativity, suppose there is an engineer and suppose engineer is keeping the things here and there. So basically engineer is expert from particular things. So we use their expertise in particular form. Suppose there is an expert in laboratory for a particular section, maybe for the water and maybe for the particle. But we are using them as a clerk to entry the codes. So this is the Then during lab visit, I found there is a lot of time. Lots of time is consumed due to the searching of things, and these are our only testing laboratories. Because most of technicians are perform searching in the terms of waste, because in all testing laboratories there are shifts and there are some lab assistants and their shifts are taken, they don't place their things properly. So when the second one is counted, they are searching for the things, and the searching for instrument, pipettes, agents consume more time. That's why I want to include searching as a waste in my study. And lean tool is a very important, because with the help of the tools, lean tools, we eliminate the waste, and it's also helpful to increase the productivity or efficiency. So there is a statement by authors, there is more than 100 tools in lean manufacturing. So with the help of 27 paper which is related to healthcare sectors, laboratory and service sectors, I shorted 14 papers. Then in these 14 papers, with the help of expert advice and literature review, these are the frequency used by the different authors. And I shortlisted here only 8 wastage, which is more related to testing laboratories. Then these tools are the 5S: value stream mapping, top line, layout, Kaizen, visual management, Hoka Yoga, and training.
the problem is the 5 years. The search was the
Yes, sir.
The search problem is because of 5 years only. You use it but don't keep it where it should be kept.
Yes, sir. If we apply here the
Some of
5
us have a habit of taking a tool or taking a material or taking, let's say, a bottle, take the liquid out of the material out of it and go and keep it back. But many of us will take it wherever it is.
Yes, sir.
At home also the same thing happens. No? We only throw and we only done searching.
Yes,
So
sir.
not to put back in a proper place. That's the problem.
Yes, sir. After applying the 5S, the searching is minimum. And these are the tools. And the next step is is to find, categorize the tools or ranking the tools and ranking the ways which is more affect the testing laboratory. So there is so many methods, multi-criteria decision making methods to define the ranking. But among these techniques, I use AHP. I use AHP because AHP contribute capture both subjective and objective method and also support the good discussion. Although it's a very lengthy process. So analytical hierarchy process. In analytic hierarchy process, it starts with the hierarchy. This is a AHP model. Start with the goal of this model is selection that we do for the performance improvement of the testing laboratory. My criteria is the performance factor of the testing laboratory, lead time, waste reduction, on-time delivery, customer satisfaction and safety. And some criteria are the waste, which are already defined in my previous slides, and alternatives are the tools. Then the selection criteria of performance factor is with the help of expert advice and literature review. And these are the descriptions of lead time and source related to it. And this selection of tools is also very important. The selection of tools is cell method, expert advice and literature review. Then after deciding the tools and make a hierarchy process, the next step is to design the questionnaire. To design the questionnaire, firstly we define the problem and decide the criteria, alternatives, tools. Then a pilot study was conducted where the pilot study is acceptable in the acceptable range. So I go for the final questionnaire and then collect the data. And for the questionnaire, there is so many scales, but I use a Likert scale, 5-point Likert scale. It consists with the very important, fairly important, moderately important, slightly important, and moderately important. Now, this is in my questionnaire. There is a 5 parts. First part is the general information. Second part is the lean performance indicator. Third part is the lean implementation performance factors, and fourth part is the lean activity, and fifth part is the lean waste. And this is my questionnaire. This questionnaire, firstly I give the introduction, then introduction of tools, because I found there is no awareness about lean manufacturing testing laboratory. That's why in my questionnaire I define some tools and importance of the testing laboratory, and then these. Then after deciding questionnaire, data collection is an important part. For the data collection, I pick up some criteria like doctors and doctors working in a testing laboratory. They have the ISO accreditation. They have working experience in ISO accreditation. Technicians who have a degree of pathology and more than 5-year experience. Then the procedure of data collection is very important because it's involved the meeting of the laboratory head. Firstly, I connect with the laboratory heads and then call the respective laboratory head and tell them about my study. And if they permit me and they meet the criteria, then they arrange a lecture for the lean awareness, then question answer session, then administrate the questionnaire, and then define the degree of importance and then how they choose the importance. Then sample size is an important part of this, and for AHP there is no any thumb rule to decide how many numbers of sample size you need. So with the help of expert advice, I choose here the 90 questionnaire. I distribute this 90 questionnaire to the mails and hand to hand. But firstly, when I send 5 questionnaire through the email, but there is no response, so I decided to perform my survey with face-to-face question. So I distribute 85 questionnaire, and out of 85 questionnaires, the response rate is 91%. Then this is the responses CI value is not in the acceptance list. That's why I redesigned my questionnaire, and after redesigning my questionnaire, the range of my delta is acceptable. And here in AHP model, for these model, the criteria used as a symbol C1, C2, and some criteria W1, W2, and alternatives like T1, T2, and this is a scale suggested by Thomas and Setti. I use for pairwise companies. I use this system for pairwise companies. Then the number of responses for the questionnaire. These are the responses. Then how many persons indicated 5 it's a very important. Then these are the scale. And after deciding this, we go to the mean values, and after mean values, we compare. The beauty of this AHP is they compare the data with respect to each other. So compare here the data C1 with respect to C1. C1 is equally important than C1. That's why the value is C1. If the C1 is more important than C2, so the value is going to go up. And if the C2 is more important than C1, the value is going to go upwards. And these are the values. And then after using this formula, I will this factor. Then this one is the sum of factors. And next step is normalize the relative weight. For the normalizing this relative weight divided by the sum. Then find out the priority factors. Then priority factor decides the weightage. And these weightage, the consistency of these weightages is very important. So I perform here the lambda max. And the lambda max value is if the value of lambda max is equals to n. Here the n is a 5. So if the lambda max value is nearly 5, it's to be consistent. And we find the consistent index and consistency ratio. Consistency ratio. If the consistency ratio is less than 10%, so the all these all calculation is accepted. So my value is 0.0013, so this value is accepted. And this is the weightage of criteria and the ranking of the criteria. Then the SEM method I follow for the comparison of weights with respect to criteria, and these are the final weight, and then pairwise comparison of tool with respect to sub criteria. Then based on sub criteria, so we compare the tools with respect to their sub criteria, and these are the calculations. And then after calculation, the final weight of is here, and these final weight define the Kaiser is the most important tool, and user management is the less important tool. Then this one after defining this one is my model. It's not in this model I include only 8 ways because two ways are not in the range. So I include 7 ways and 3 ways are less than 1%. That's why I want to include it here. And these are the tools and these are the performance factors. And
overproduction in case of lab situation. Overproduction.
Yes, sir.
What it could be in case of
So when testing laboratory, we produce the more information what we need. Suppose we need only one paper for a testing. Suppose a patient wants one paper for a testing, but we produce mail, we produce more copy of information.
So that is a report format. In case of testing, you need to do something conducting more tests than required.
So there is some machines where we put the value or we put the sample. So sometimes the machine is automated, and sometimes some tested are also listed there which are not required and which are not mentioned by the patients. So this one is mechanical. So this one is a more overproduction. Then for validation of this model, we perform these model with the help of case study. Validate this model with the help of case study. This is a flowchart of case study, which is start with the identification of lab, then categorize the waste, analysis of waste, and apply applying the tools and then they will do the performance. The selection criteria is ISO accredited, wants to improve the efficiency, demand is high, established time is more than 5 years, and the number of employees more than 10. Then this framework is suggested by you. In this framework, there is a 5.
Is the lab is a similarity of the lab you're taking, or you're taking a variety?
Sir, I taken 3 cases study. First one is a pathology lab, second one is a water lab, and third one is a soil lab.
So all three are comparing like pathology with pathology?
Yes.
Correct?
No, sir, I'm not comparing pathology with pathology. I firstly applied the lean manufacturing with the help of this framework, and then before lean implementation and after lean implementation, I compare the data and find the
No, in the pathology you are taking one single lab or you are taking
one single. One single lab for pathology.
okay, so
It's a case study.
this model is really improve your performance. So one is pathology lab, another is
Water lab and another is the soil lab.
Before and after.
This framework is consists of the 5 phases. First one is a conceptual phase. Conceptual phase helps us to find out the need of lean manufacturing and decide the target. Situation analysis give the present scenario. Implementation design give the targets and decide the tools. And implementation phase provide us the tools and applying the tools. And evolution phase standardizing process. And these are the steps in different phases. And for this validation of this framework and model, I go to the 3 cases study: pathology lab, water lab, and soil lab. Start with my cases study with water lab. This one is a start with the 2014 to 2016, and this pathology lab with the working.
what is this? First stage and second stage? What is it?
First stage it's lean before lean implementation, and second stage is after lean implementation. And the background is
So you could highlight it. First stage. If you are aware, some location
yes, definitely.
that's important to say. First stage remains that you have one set of video, another set of video.
The time available is 24 hours per day. So they decided the target according to my conceptual phase. We decided the target to reduce the time, registration time, reduce the consumption time, and reduce the electricity, improve the accuracy, establish itself in the West pathology lab. And these are the targets. Then for achieve these targets, we firstly build up a team. Team consists with the director, doctor, and technicians. And
Administrative.
yes, administrative persons, because the most of decision is taken by the administrative person. So there is a need to include the one person who is from the administrative side who help us to take over decision. Then doctors and then technicians. And the training is to firstly start with the lean concept, then fibers, Kaizen, Mocha Yoga, layout improvement, uptime, and user management. Because I already told there is a lack awareness about lean manufacturing in best laboratory. These flowcharts show the present scenario of present flow of man-machine, but in a present system of laboratory. And then the first thing is unhide the waste. For the unhiding the waste, value stream mapping is used. So for value stream mapping, we need some data like visual inspection, list of used and unused material, equipment required, cycle time, and service data. And then the visual inspections, firstly we go to the lab visit and visual inspection. So we find some visual inspections are here. Then first reports are not available. Order to block should be displayed. The sample SOPs are not displayed. They are not primary sample collection method is not provided, not informed the patient. Then after visual inspection, I collect the data before lean implementation. this is the data sample arrived per day is 506 and the February 535 and March 516. So I take average reference 5. And this one is a cycle time. This
What it shows the January, February, March for the first 6 days.
Yes.
You implement the
before
May, June, July, you have
no, next year January, February, March. After 1 year, I am again
So after that,
report.
what the lean was implemented?
Yes, sir. During this lean model. And increase the cycle time, and this one is the available time. So for the instruction, it takes 5 minutes and so on. And this is the service detail, and this one is a value stream mapping. This shows the changeover time and cycle time. And after value stream mapping, we describe here the observations, identify the type of waste and cleaning. For deciding the type of waste, the book of lean implementation by Lucian is very helpful. So these observations divided into the 4 area. First one is the sample collection, then process, then working place, and then the safety. And then this one is a causes of waste, and these are the tools. Then after deciding, after unhiding the waste, next step is to decide the future state map, and then this is the future state map. And after future state map, we are in implementation phase. So we start with the 5S. In the 5S, as we know, there is a 5S step. First step we start with the shorting, and for the shorting we go through the instruments or equipments or the list of equipments which is useful or which is required in plastic laboratory. And after sort out these things, there will be something which is in relevant condition. So we put them in a red zone and put them put it on a red tag and the numbers and the time. And within 15 days, if somebody is claimed, so it's put it's given under the layout, or otherwise it's destroyed in a story. And then after this, we arrange the equipments as frequency used, and then cleaning the instruments take place. Then standardize the process. We put the SOPs near the process table or near the testing, and we mention there a chart. Then after 1 day, how many samples is arrived, how many testings are done, how many times cleaning up for this evaluation. And this one is a suggested layout. Because before lean implementation, there is a layout in very opposite lines. So the chances of accident and the crossings are so much. This is my suggested layout. And then we perform there the Kaizen. For the performing the Kaizen, we consist there the team of 10 members. And suppose any technicians complain for anything, so we just make a team for 5 to 6 person, and they discuss about this problem. Then why, how, where, and when. Then they suggest this. I take care of one problem. Then slide is broken very frequently. So the causes is slide is kept in haphazard manner after use, because technicians are used their slides and put it in the tray. But when the second system is come for performing the task, so the slides, the frequency of broken the slide is very high. So we suggested by technicians, we put a box and put a thermocol and make a gap and put the slides there. The problem is there, the slide is used, so the cleaning is important one. So that's why we decide a plastic stand and keep in on tub filled with the water. So the water clean the slides, and the stands provide it's a safety in the terms of it's not. 10 licenses are performed. When user inspections display alarms and thermometer are not there, so we provide the display alarms and thermometers, and SOPs and charts are not there. So if suppose there is a new technician, so they have no idea about exactly how persons don't know about which is the plug for which one, then they just during the work they just open the plug of CPU and the whole system is shut down. So I provide the tag and in a wire, and I mentioned that this is a CPU wire, this is a computer wire, and this is a printer wire. So suppose someone wants to charge their mobile, so they just pick their printer wire. Then chemical store and report stat is important part, because when patients are coming for the reports, so the reception is searching for the reports. So we decide the box and give the box in the 3 stage, and every stage we put the reports. Then after implementation of lean iteration factors there, so again we note down the readings in the terms of cycle times. So before lean implementation it's a 5 minutes, but after implementation it's a 4 minutes. It's take for 4 minutes. And before implementation reception will take much time, but after applying lean implementation it's time is less. Then this is a log time analysis, and before lean implementation, the first reception perform 5 to 9 samples per day. But the processing sample is only 200, but after the implementation it's increase and it's a decrease. And this is a capacity, and this is a demand. And then after this, we compare the factors before and after lean implementation. So it shows that the lead time is reduces, waste reduction are also there, and on-time delivery is increases, customer satisfaction is also increases in the terms of demand, and there is a accident. Now second case is study in water lab, and again this takes data, and there is a 22 parameters perform, and then according to conceptual fits we decide the targets, and the building team consists with the senior scientist and technician and project assistants, and then the list of data collection for the value stream mapping. Then these are the cycle times and service time, and this one is the value stream mapping, which is hide the waste, and after hiding the waste again these processes divided into the 4 parts: sample collection process, workplace and safety, then future state mapping, then perform the training, and otherwise because these are the testing laboratory see, and this one is a layout before implementation. This is the working table, and this is the table for the employees, and under this lab there is another lab, it's called water instrument lab, where in these boxes to show the machines. But after lean implementation, we suggested layout like this type. In this layout, we divide whole zone into the 3 types: weight area, hot area, and dry area. In the weight area near the wash machine, so the chances of leakage is less, and weight area, hot area has need for cooling, and dry area for performing the test. And then these are the visual inspection, fire installation, SOPs, safety instruction, pattern, hot zone, weight zone, and dry. And then Kaiser is performing man problem is balancing machine is not given the constant value. So the causes of there is image table balancing machine is there is some instrument which make noise and create vibrations. That's why the balancing machine not give a constant value. Then when we go to the SOPs, then a separate room and isolated room suggested for the technician for the machine. And this is the after fetching statistics, and then this is a plug time, then service detail, and this is again the comparison before and after implementation. There is also positive response, and then case study is performed in the soil lab, and soil lab again decided to objectives, and these are the visual inspections, and this is a flow chart which provide the present scenario, and these are the number of samples based, suggested tools, then lean implementation, then Yoga, then visual extension again is that on horizon, weight on, drag on, fire extension, recipes and safety instruction. Kaizen is a same thing is happen here in the test tube, and this one is a before lean implementation, layout before implementation. Again, after lean implementation, it's divided into the three horizon, weight on, and gradually. Then analytical process, there is a separate central collection room, central receiving room, and store room. Then analytical area where we categorize in three types: horizon, dry room, and weight room. Then store room, clean room, and waste disposal room, and report room. And after 1 year, data, and this is the comparison. Then after the validation of these models, after the validation of this model, result is very important. After applying AHP, there is a ranking of waste shown here, and this one is a ranking of food, and this one is a comparison of methodological performance criteria, and this is for the water laboratory, and this is for the soil laboratory. All of you have shown the positive response. This is full comparison of three laboratory before and after applying the and in the terms of lead time, waste reduction, and improving customer satisfaction. Now, conclusion. This study is provide lean manufacturing tool for implementation of lean testing laboratory, and laboratory can optimize the use of the proposal model by making it with the applying it on their own situation. The case study determines that the lean implementation model developed in this research is applicable in practice. This model can also use to testing laboratory to improve their performance. And by this model, laboratory can quickly identify which area urgently need improvements, because we find out the waste and we see where we want to eliminate the waste first. And result of this study suggests that the successful lean implementation can lead to a vital from the negative quality. And there is an important importance of research. The performance can improve by lean manufacturing. Suggested methodology is simple because with model as well as framework are also suggested, and this framework enhances the accuracy and decrease the lead time, and it provides an overview of lean practices, and contribute to identify the waste related to the lab. There is one new waste is included, type search, and the limitations of this research. This study is carried out for the large lab attached to the largest scale industry. Instead, can be used at small scale industry effectively, and this is in this model is applicable for other labs also, and these are the differences. And I want to acknowledge the person who helped me during this project work. Firstly, I'd like to thank my guide, Dr. Vijayshri Mahobiya, and my co-guide, Dr. Vijayshri Mahobiya, for their continuous support for my PhD work. And I would like to thank you guys. And these are the list of publications. I published my work in Data Science International Journal of Lean Enterprises, and one paper Lean Applicability in International Journal of Sciences, and one paper in conference. And continuously 2012, 13, 14 and 15, I present one paper in quality progress. This is a national conference which is and related to time of mention. Thank you so much.
Tomorrow we will look at one of the latest topic. Lean is the flavor of CM. this is many years to go on. A lot of confusion. Start to the game lead and construction. People are trying to apply in construction, projects, all the lab also, some study the videos. It's a good thing. Basically, it talks about the base and the purpose given how you eliminate the base. That's the basic process.
Yes.
Basic process is how you reduce the base. The moment you reduce the base, system and you become that much efficient.
Yes.
So that's the basic process. It's a good very good topic taken contemporary. Also more on accuracy you are putting using the testing labs. And that three different types of labs. Pathology and after as well. There's a comparison we have made it. Is there? It's showing them. So this was before and after. So these changes are now sustaining. Not in the immediately whenever we suggest the change. Like say we say clean this area, we will clean. Later on again, same thing can be done. Some numbers for it. So do you think it is sustaining now? Because that you learned first 3 months you know last year. Somewhere it is taken last year. January, February, March. So do you think it is still sustaining or you have only gone back to what was the old way of doing it?
So if the top management support this feature, so definitely, because once the person's used to for this technique, they feel comfortable, and the moral of exercise is also increased. Because suppose I am working in a test, and when I come and my face is very opposite, and if after applying this method, and after suppose we are used to follow, so we definitely prefer this. I want to do this because it's make our life. Although it's take time, because for applying the lean manufacturers or almost 1 year, complete implementations, collect the data, because there is some problem to collecting the data. Top management are not supported.
This waste reduction was one you change, waste reduction in the lab.
Yes, sir, definitely this.
Another is you make changes in some testing processes, sequencing of processes also. A lot of waste happen also. You said something you try to wait and wait and wait. Is the sequencing of process also something?
Yes, sir, there is a sequencing process, but once the technicians are know about the Kaizen or Poker Yoga, so definitely if they want to increase the efficiency of their laboratory, so definitely they want to change, because what are the problems in the testing laboratory? These problems are not facing by the top management. These little problems are faced by the technicians. So if the technicians are motivated and so definitely they are performing.
No, one is the problem as it is. There is a process.
Yes, sir.
Technicians are facing a problem. You will get laid out process. Another is there better process available. So you look at this flyovers, many of these things are done. Where you have earlier some design, some way of testing. Many of those testing earlier used to take a lot of time. Now the new methods, new equipments are now. If the process is improved, time is only cut. So did you look into that also, because when you went to 2015 to 16, while there is changing process, everything process was still same. Or some different equipments are there.
No, sir, equipments are the same. But I just arranged the lab, and because I just told the starting, I already because there is a very there is no awareness about the lean manufacturing and testing.
No. So, one is awareness about the lean manufacturing and implementing. Second, two things, to impact the solution model in this service. One, if there is a change in the equipment and the process. Second is the volumes go up. Like, let's say when we do first study, there are, let's say, 10 tests carried out a day. When you go second time, there are already 20 tests carried out. So all system and processes become so different. So did you notice that was there a significant increase in the number of tests, or do you think it was not the same? If not, you could still recall and try to input it into your process. But the question is, was it improve like to like, or it was a system which is having a more number of tests? See, lean one of the advantages has to be there, not only make it efficient, but have the more number of tests. By implementing your process, you should be able to conduct more tests more easily.
So, after you attend the lean manufacturing, the cycle time is also reduced. When the cycle time is reduced, the working time is as reduced. Then the cycle time is reduced, the number of samples are tested is more. So the demand is also increased with the same sources.
Is the demand increase?
Yes, sir. So demand is
The
increased.
two-way it can increase. Number of demand will increase, so you are able to give more tests. Other is
Sir,
same number of tests, but you are reducing the time.
but the same number of tests are reducing the time, and when we reducing the time, we have the more
So
because
was the trend similar into all the three cases? That you have to get, three types of time we done. Because there is a gap of 1 year in the first year set of reading, another set of reading after implementation. Was there any difference in these two things that you have to recall and try to document something? So that volume of number of tests as well as whether technology of testing and change or not change. Because many times you keep on upgrading, like say here also, the college, Ghrce college. You keep on adding more equipment in the lab, so definitely the number of tests. So that you just recall and you would have recalled somewhere something. So this question can come to you also when you go to
Computers have been made to similar conditions. Because if we change the equipment and the technology, that will have the effect. Not our improvement, but cycle time reduction. So more tests will be conducted within the same time. But if they are not having that much demand, so they will have the free time. They can do the another work in free time. But like you have already said that if demand is increasing, number of tests are performed more, but they were unable to take up that much demand earlier due to their wastage of time.
So I want that clarity should be there.
Yeah, clarity is there. You are saying yes, sir.
You should be very clear that in the intervening period, technology has not changed.
Yes.
The other external factors have not
So that
changed.
external before and after has
So
been
you can compare before and after only under identical conditions. When other factors are taken care of from their variability.
Because
So that you have to ascertain here.
I try to push it a bit harder. Pushing say that they have ज़्यादा tests हो रहे थे because now time cycle is reduced, so they can do more tests. So there is a difference in they are doing more tests and they can do more tests. They can do more tests because now cycle time is longer.
Because what is the objective of your work? To prove and establish that adoption of lean manufacturing concepts has improved. Isn't it? तो उसमें ये चाहिए कि lean के साथ साथ और भी simultaneously कोई interact नहीं कर रहा था सारे. That you have to take care of. हो सकता है कि दूसरे कारण से improve हो गया हो.
that has been detected during the implementation.
That you have to clearly justify it.
When it was implemented before the lean implementation, 2 years period was there. And after lean implementation, it was similar conditions. Wherever the changes have taken place, those factors have not been taken care. Because that is very, very logical. Those factors will come that will not give you the benefits of the lean. That will give the benefit of the change in technology, change in the way of doing it. But here, the exact effect of the lean implementation, so that they are motivated to see that yes, lean has changed.
Yes, I want to know what factors also can be there. Right, but we should be clear.
Correct.
We should be clear.
Without increasing the resources.
Some contribution you technically have.
Yes.
Some contribution lean करनी है.
Right.
Should be clear.
Yeah.
You have to validate the contribution of lean.
Not any change of other people. This on-time delivery, what is the time? Is 49 to 68.
So,
This is this XFC says what it says.
it says before lean implementation 40
So 120 the mix should not go to 120. There is so 120%. On time performance cannot. See, 100 is the last, right?
Yes.
The scale should not, see, it is the percentage scale, right? It should not go to, you should try to only earlier it was 49% of the tests were delivered on time. Now it is 68%. You know, 68% of the tests they are able to deliver on time. This is what it means.
Yes. And before implementation, 49% reports are delivered on time.
But how customer satisfaction is gone more than 100 means
Then
scale has to.
customer
Come
satisfaction.
back to your values of that.
इसको थोड़ा
Sir,
Customers which are being satisfied. Earlier there were 592 customers are satisfied. Only the conversion that was not used here. Out of how many 519 were satisfied, and out of how many is 550, and then the increase in the percentage of the satisfied customer, it should be projected there. That's why it is coming out more than 100.
109 is
more than 100.
109.
No, it is not more than 100, but it is on a scale it is being improved. On a scale of 100, if suppose out of 500 and 600, 519 are satisfied, so 80% are satisfied. And out of 600, 550 is satisfied, that means incremental 85% is there. So 5% increase. So there it should be 80% and 85%. It cannot go more than 100%. Because on a scale of 100 we are comparing, so it cannot go more. So in the Excel that has been there.
Out of 100, let us say 40 people. Now, let us say 90 years. So we can say earlier only 40% customers.
Correct. And
Now
now
we
we
90%. But there is another input here.
Yeah.
Now customer satisfaction is grown up by 90 divided by 40, that becomes 220.
That also. That is another question. Yes, but
Same scale you cannot show.
yes. That's what on 100 scale we cannot show that.
So same
Typically it is true.
550 is
What marketing pitch you want to make, you can do it. One you can say 40%
On
to
individual scale
90%.
it can be done.
Or you can say compared to earlier now more 225% people are saying.
Correct. Yes, yes.
So that is another way to project the same. So that scale you have to do. And you project it. You can have different skills. Not necessarily same place or different. If you want to project, other just will like to do.
सेफ्टी जीरो का मतलब क्या है?
It is unsafe नहीं है. So chemicals and all will be there. No? They take care of
No
the
problem with safety.
Safety, actually, sir, I calculate the number of accidents. So, before lean implementation, I calculate there is a 5 accidents are in place. Then after lean implementation, there is a no record of accident. That's why I mentioned here the 5 accidents, and then 100% the safety is there because the
what we
chances.
have done in Pankaj, of course, workplace was modified. Was there given any protective equipment also? Some gloves or something for added? So it was was there sufficient?
We just provide a fire
More
inspection and visual inspections, so visual management like lines, danger zone. We separate the chemicals, which one is a dangerous chemicals, which one brings a more rate. So all these type of precautions.
Yeah. So go back to the same job section. So when you see when is now also. The same thing you can see the range over whether the need some changes. This is for water lab. Water lab, what typically they do to testing? Water laboratory, what type of testing they do?
Water testing, like suppose I have taken here the CO,
Hardness or chemical?
chemical oxygen demand.
The water is hard or soft or how much is not?
Sir, I take this reading of.
You make those reports out.
Yes.
Because
So
everybody
because
asks
my
what is
focus
this
is
water lab and what is the test? What type of test they can do?
So,
Next one. Now this is my very good. 54 to 70. Should be to the scale.
yes, sir.
Up. It should look like 54%.
Equal.
It's good for us. Otherwise, so it is 0.54. Not the 0.5.
So 54.
Not 5.4. Correct.
all these
Sites to be presented more effectively. Actually, tell you, these were done. Today I also asked you. Have you done this comparison of the it's good you have done it, it's already inbuilt into it. This should have been actually done very good work that they have done. And that's what ultimately anyone look for. Whatever solution they're suggesting, they have some sort of a universal application. This is not something which. And this is what you're trying to prove. So it's only need a little more refinement. And I think it is very well. Next slide. One more question. You are seeing, I think you showed some, how many, 30 or 20, 30 papers, which you see something to do with the lead test.
27.
How much?
27.
Do you see any trend in those 27 papers where they are trying to cover either a particular type of lab or they are trying to cover a particular type of waste? And what are the periods should you tell from this period to this period they belong? The paper 27 papers. Period when I say, okay, are they right from 90 to 95 or they are only from 2000 to 2015? Does it give any? Those 27 papers is basically your major tracks, major base. Those 27%, they reflect what type of lean philosophy or waste. And as well as those 27 papers, do they make some emphasis different from over a period of time?
So these 27 papers are used in manufacturing in different sectors because I consider
For lab and laboratory?
no, it's not totally related to laboratory. It's related to lean manufacturing and in service sectors, in pathology lab, in healthcare sectors, in it's maybe hospital, it's maybe emergency rooms, and process industry, so like service industry. So I collect the paper which is not related to, simply we can say I collect the paper which is not related to manufacturing industry.
You know, sometimes the type of study may be very useful in this type of research. In a particular area we are trying to work on it, lead testing, whatever it is. Over a period of time, how the various parameters have changed. Are they identifying same parameter? It is different. See, look at in the real life also. What we are giving importance something to 10 years back, 5 years back, 2 years back, today, there is a lot of difference. Even in college, if you see, in a particular branch, what topics we are giving an emphasis, over a period of time they keep on evaluating. They keep on changing, keep on improving. So if there are any trend you see there, over a period of time, things have changed. That's something you should have clear in your mind. Because one is the standard, what we say the waste. But there may be a time where initially they would identify in the lead test, even if they have 5 or 6 people, they would identify these are the out of all, maybe all 10 ways they say they are there. Sometime later they would have said no, these 5 are more important. Somewhere after down the line, 5 years back, they would have said no, these 3 factors are very. In your study, some other factors are coming. So that's something if you could highlight, it will give a very good trend. Okay, over a period of time, when awareness about lean and awareness about waste reduction is coming up, how the various factors emphasis is changing. And this is where your study will automatically improve. So your finding becomes the latest. So this is something you could calculate over a period of time. So on a time scale, that becomes very important. And just one more last thing, I was going through it. Lean has started. I saw you put Bowman and Jones, some book on Lean.
Machine that changes.
Machine that changes. वो किधर है?
Basically,
अभी वास्तव में तो पढ़ी कि नहीं पढ़ी तो?
yes sir.
तो reference condition. See, that is the starting point of the day. मेरे जैसा आदमी जब भी होगा वो पूछेगा वो machine that change the world किधर है? तो that is the point. That was the starting point. उसके बाद उसकी नेक्स्ट बुक आई. एक्चुअली उसमें लीन वन समवेयर मेंशन इतना बदन बाद में उसने वो देन ही केम आउट इन्होंने लीन को ओवर कांसेप्ट है. आई थिंक सेड ओनली साइलेंटली देन ही सेड नाउ इट्स टाइम टू अनाउंस द एंड जस्ट हाउ द नेक्स्ट बुक. हां मशीन दैट चेंज द वर्ल्ड है वो रेफरेंस आना चाहिए उसमें. नहीं मैंने ढूंढा चाहिए. हाँ दे दीजिए उसको. पढ़ा आपने बुक नहीं पढ़ा? वो नहीं चाहिए बट दैट इज स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट. वो जो लीन का जो कंसेप्ट शुरू में आया है इस बुक में है. उसके बाद फिर लीन को सबने पढ़ा. 90 कब की बुक को 91 92
सर 99 1000 से बहुत ज़्यादा.
हाँ सो कहीं ना कहीं उसको
यस
वो थीसिस से बच्चे मैंने एक्चुअली यहाँ देखा. मैंने यहाँ पर छोटी होती
especially saw machine that very important.
दूसरा है रीड थीसिस आगे इसके पहले से इधर रीडिंग थी ऐसे क्या किया
जैसे कोई स्टेटमेंट स्टेटमेंट दिया हुआ है.
सिर्फ एक स्टेटमेंट वो इंट्रोडक्शन में भी.
यस
But how different it is? They had started basically applying from the manufacturing automobile companies. Or now you are going to the latest thing. So how much different you found it?
Sir, basically the lean manufacturing is the whole soul theory of lean manufacturing is eliminate the waste with the application of. There is a no number of limitation of the tools. Suppose there is a Kaizen, so you just apply the Kaizen. There is a number of tools, so you can apply according to your situations. I think so. This
Why
is the
did we
beauty.
start from manufacturing? Why such type of concept will come from either military or manufacturing? Most of this concept worldwide is going to be military. Why these concepts get born, what not from either military or manufacturing? कोई जगह से आ रहे हैं ना. सब मैनेजमेंट कंसेप्ट और सब कुछ इधर से आया. ऐसा क्यों होता है?
Sir, because when many country face the problem, जब भी कोई कंट्री कोई प्रॉब्लम फेस करेगा तो फेस करने के लिए जो सबसे पहले उनके सामने आते हैं वो जो उनके आर्मी मेंस होते हैं वो होते हैं. फिर आर्मी मेंस जो होते हैं उनको सपोर्ट मतलब और बेसिकली मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज की बात करें तो वो बहुत जल्दी जो उनके रिसोर्सेज है उसको अवेलेबल कराना चाहते हैं. तो रिसोर्स अगर आपको अवेलेबल कराना दे वांट टू इम्प्रूव देयर एफिशिएंसी. दे ऑलवेज सर्चिंग फॉर अ न्यू टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स कि हाँ हमारे पास
They work in crisis and they want to these are the main
Yes.
important
because system already exists where system improvement possible होता है.
right. That is also good. Where system would be there we can track the performance.
Military aircraft is ultimate. Civilian complaints. Military aircraft has to be very precise. Very precise by meters, 2 meters. When they throw, see how much intrigue is there. Aircraft is flying, throwing some bomb in a certain target. It has to fall into little plus minus few meters. नहीं तो target कहीं और bomb कहीं. So they have a very high level of precision there in India, and this is how it goes. They are forced to evolve because if you don't react, if you don't react, you are जाते हैं. So सिविल में ऐसा नहीं होता. आप थोड़ा आगे पीछे निकल के बच जाते हैं. हाँ ऐसा नहीं. So a lot of these things have come to that. And from there, everything is getting now applied. Some of the services, all of these sectors are coming up. But theories are not evolving in these sectors. Theories are mainly evolving through military, mainly manufacturing, all those sectors. Same lean has come. the person
Actually, sir,
So this we can modify.
So if you use this model,
This will be just
more
good. That's a very good point.
yes, sir. That's a very good point. Right.
We are not only validated on three cases,
Right.
but we are even comparing those
Comparing.
and giving a final answer.
Final. Yes, sir. Right.
But मैं उनको पूछने वाला था तो देखा मैंने लास्ट में इससे मिला था
Ah. That was the crux of the game.
good thing done and good find.
That basically family, but whenever you use it,
Yeah.
yes, final.
Yes.
Wherever you use it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence.
All of this.
Yes. I did.
On behalf of the institute, I am extremely thankful to Professor Kundir for accepting our invitation in spite of the busy schedules. In fact, for this very much occupied in the institute in other engagements as well. But then too, he spared the time and is here for conduct of the seminar. And we will seek your guidance and help in future. Thank you.
Very first visit to the very impressed. Whenever take my